Hey, peace, blessings, love, light. Yah, the Most High, shine down on and in the lives of all of the creators, righteous children resurrecting as gods on earth. So, this is going to be going out to the TikTok family, Facebook family, YouTube family. Unfortunately, I have to address this nonsense that I see going on between God and a son of God. Let me say that again. I'm going to have to address some nonsense that I see going on between God and a son of God. Now, many of you who follow me, you know that my understanding of God is totally different from what white supremacists have taught people about God. I am one of those that teaches that biblical God was a council of black women and their sons. Biblical God being the black woman, biblical Lord God being their sons. Lord God is masculine. God can be both masculine and feminine, depending on the age of the masculine. If it's a young black masculine, that is a God. If it's a black woman, that's just automatically a God. And then if it says Lord God, or if it specifies E, that is how you know it is referring to a masculine ancient African. And I come up with all of this. Where are you getting all this from, Moses? Where are you getting all this from, Moses? I get this from the language of the people that were living in that biblical territory called Canaan. Canaan being a colony of Kemet. I study the language of those people that the Hebrew Israelites call Hebrews. But when you research the history of that land, you'll see that the people that are rising up as the Kemetic dynasties are starting to decline. The people that you see rising up are the Phoenicians. And the reason why they're rising up is because these are the children of the leaders and citizens of Kemet and Cush. These are the children that the leaders of Kemet and Cush made with Europeans, Asians, and East Indians. The leaders of Kemet and Cush, those are your biblical gods. The council of judges and magistrates. Go read the Hebrew definition or Phoenician definition for the English word God, and stop talking about God like it's the invisible man. That is some white supremacist nonsense that has been taught to y'all. And it's like, no matter how many times I tell y'all that, y'all go right back to talking about God like it's the invisible man. You do not ever talk about God on any of your platforms as what it really was. A council of judges and magistrates responsible for creating the first civilization in that East African territory. Or should I say the first civilizations, plural. So-called Shem, Ham, and Japheth. That is nothing but Ethiopia today, Egypt today, and southern Iraq today. Shem in the territory of Ethiopia today, Ham in the territory of Egypt today, Japheth in the territory of southern Iraq today. Biblical God is a council of judges and magistrates that created laws, statutes, commandments in them first civilizations there in that African territory. Now, why am I getting into this? Why am I explaining what a God really is? so that y'all know who I'm talking about when I say that I gotta address some nonsense that I see taking place between God and the Son of God. And I'm referring to what's going on between the two of them as nonsense because they both ignorant. And they're ignorant because of their white supremacist seminary school teachings. Their white supremacist understanding of the Bible. They don't even know who they are because they allow white people to dictate to them what the book is telling them. The book itself say it's taking place in African territory. So why are you taking the words of a white man regarding that Bible? Why are you taking the words of any white scholar regarding that Bible when it's telling you it's taking place in Africa? Now I'm name dropping to the God that I'm talking to, Neo-X, and the Son of God that I'm talking to, Sonetta. Anytime you see an image of a black woman with a baby on her lap in that territory, that is not representative of one black woman. And that baby is not representative of one black baby. I've said many times before on Sonetta's platform, the black woman is God. They are the first physical manifestations of the universe on this planet. The universe is the Most High. Black women, not one, not two, not three, black women. If you could conceive thousands of black women having the same mind, the same judgment, no division among them. They all have a common understanding. It's like they're all on the same frequency. If you can picture black women operating like that in Africa, that is biblical God. But reduce the numbers from thousands to a number of 12 or even 24. 12 black women, 12 of their sons, ruling that territory, bringing civilization to that territory. I refer to Neo-X as a god because of the melanin content of her skin, not because she is woke. She is definitely not woke. She is nowhere near woke. She is dead in this tomb. Her mind has been shaped. First she's born in this white supremacist construct, and then she's shaped by this white supremacist construct. She has absolutely no idea who she is or what she represents. And because she don't know who she is and what she represents, that is the reason why she goes at her son the way that she does. I'm not even interested in, who started what, how did. I don't care about none of that drama. What I care about is how the two of you look before the continent of Africa, because I know for a fact ancestors blessed Sonetta with that particular platform. I know this for a fact because I noticed an awakening taking place on the continent of Africa ever since that platform started getting attention on YouTube. The awakening that's taking place on the continent of Africa is an awakening that the ancient African ancestors want to happen. And that platform is responsible for that. So when I see the two of these going at each other, it makes me feel like, now I know ancestors ain't behind that. I know ancient African ancestors are not behind Neo-X and Sonetta beefing in public. Now who would benefit off of something like that? Who would benefit off of Neo-X going at Sonetta, Sonetta going at Neo-X? Who would benefit off of Africa starting to lose sight of their resurrection when the very platform that had awakened them to who they are and caused them to start asking questions about all of these Abrahamic faiths that they've been following: Islam, Judaism, Christianity. It's like, who would really benefit off of that? Everybody that's stealing resources from the continent of Africa benefits from Sonetta's platform looking like a goddamn soap opera. You got people such as myself trying to get black people to understand who biblical God was. And then you have these people who are blinded by the teachings of white supremacist seminary school about what a God was. And so you have all these people that believe in the invisible man. And when they see Sonetta and Neo-X carrying on the way that they carrying on, all of these blind people that think that God is the invisible man are looking at me like there is absolutely no way that the black woman is God. There's absolutely no way that the black man is God. And they're saying that to me based on their white supremacist understanding of what a God is. They're not saying that to me because they actually studied the language of the people in the land of Canaan. They're not saying that to me because they studied the Medu Neter. They're not saying that to me because they understand that the Phoenicians are children of those Kemetic and Cushite leaders. They're not saying that to me because they understand what God means to those ancient people in that territory. They're saying to me, there is absolutely no way a black woman could be God when she acts all ratchet. There's absolutely no way a black man can be a son of God or God when he acts like a punk, or he's a drug dealer, or all this nonsense that they bringing up about each other and what other people are saying about them. What I need everybody to take into consideration is whenever you hear a black person saying something negative about another black person, that's when you turn to Psalm chapter 51 verse 5. I believe that's the scripture. Psalm 51 verse 5. I might be quoting the book and chapter or verse wrong, but let me just dig in my brain real quick. I am born in sin and shaped in iniquity, or born in my mama's sin and shaped in my iniquity. Born in sin, shaped in iniquity. Psalm 51:5, I really do believe that that's it. But what I'm trying to say to y'all is, whenever you hear a black woman saying something negative about a black man, or you hear a black man saying negative stuff about a black woman, yeah, Psalm chapter 51 verse 5, go read that. Because the negative stuff that you see taking place among black women here in America, the negative stuff that you see taking place among black men here in America, that particular scripture is telling you the reason why these people are conducting themselves the way that they are conducting themselves. America is Mystery Babylon. Mystery Babylon. What does the word mystery mean? It's like, we know what Babylon is. We know where Babylon was, but what is a mystery Babylon? It's like, a Babylon that we have not yet seen, a Babylon we have not yet experienced, but based on everything that we're seeing, we know that it's coming, because Babylon seems to, even though it fell, even though, there was a war between Babylon and the Medes and the Persians, there is a certain energy that came up out of that place that still seems to be prevalent on this planet. Mystery Babylon. So when you take Mystery Babylon into consideration with Psalm chapter 51 verse 5, you have to come to the conclusion that America is Mystery Babylon. And these black women and these black men, these descendants of the ancient African gods, they have been born in this sin and shaped in the iniquities of this Mystery Babylon, America, this sick-ass society. Here's a parable. Here go an analogy. Let's say you got some soil, right? And the soil has no nutrients in it. But you decided you want to try to grow some fruits and vegetables in it. What kind of nutrients are you going to get out of those fruits and vegetables if they grew up in soil that had no nutrients in it? That is the situation black men and black women that have been raised up here in America. That is what you're looking at. When you want to start talking negative about a black woman or a black man, you want to point out whatever faults they got, you need to blame the society that they were planted in and that they were raised up in. When you be making charges against the black woman and the black man, you are actually charging this society. You're actually talking about the society that they came up in. You're not really talking about that person, Sonetta. You're not really talking about that person, Neo X. You are actually making an indictment against this country. And how is it that you're making an indictment against this country? Because of who you are? You are descendants of East African gods, the ancient judges and magistrates that establish laws, statutes, and commandments. When you make a judgment against another black person, that is an ancestor inside of you saying, this environment that these children are coming up in is not conducive to them. I mean, keep in mind, we're not even in the territory our ancestors were planted in. The universe planted our ancestors in that East African territory. We're not even in that area. So ancestors inside of you, them ancestors inside of you, the gods inside of you, when Neo X want to talk trash about Sonetta, or Sonetta want to talk trash about Neo X, that's actually ancient African ancestors inside of them making an indictment against this goddamn country that they were born and shaped by. Born in and shaped by. So, once again, I gotta ask the question, who benefits from Sonetta removing his platform from the eyes of the masses and going on Patreon? Who benefits from Neo X attacking the man, attacking his channel, doing and saying all of the things that she's doing and saying? Who ultimately benefits from two black people going at it? All of those serpents that are responsible for our kingdom falling and us being put out of it. All of those persons that are now benefiting off of the resources of Africa. All of those persons that are benefiting off of the division of African peoples. Those are the people that are benefiting from it. So when you see me show up on Neo X's channel, when you see me telling Sonetta, like y'all saw me say in his chat, yo, you cannot be attacking black women on this particular platform that Africans are watching. It's like, yo, whatever issues y'all got going on, y'all need to, and I know y'all talk in private because I've seen y'all talking in private on Neo X's channel. Sonetta, you have the woman's phone number. The woman has your phone number. So why is it that this disagreement between the two of y'all, why is this shit public? Oh, and then, okay, so Sonetta was asking how old am I? I'm 55. I've ran around the sun. And this time around, I have ran around the sun 55 years. I've been around long enough to know that we have black Judas Iscariots among us that have absolutely no love for their race. They have no love for Africa. They are in love with the 30 shekels of silver that Rome has to offer them. My bad. I forgot which time frame I'm in. I forgot which timeline I'm on. I know that we have house niggas among us that don't have no love for their own race, and they don't have no love for Africa. They love the money that America puts in their pocket. I've been here long enough to know that we have those type of people among us. So when I see a God, Neo-X, going in at Sonetta, a son of God, on a platform that has awakened Africa, it makes me feel like, wait a minute. Is this woman working for the Roman? I mean, not the Romans. I'm sorry, I forgot the timeline again. Is this woman working for the American government? Is Sonetta working for the American government? And that's the reason why this nonsense they got going on, that's the reason why it's all public, all up in the face of African people who are ready for the resurrection of their ancestors' kingdom on this earth, who are ready for the return of God on this earth. Because I don't see how Sonetta really benefits from Neo-X talking trash about him on social media. And I don't see how Neo-X benefits from Sonetta talking trash about her on social media. To me, it looked like it's some kind of sacrifice taking place. Like they sacrificing their channels so Africa can stop waking up. Yo, that's what the angry African ancestors inside of me, that's what they feeling. That's what they feeling. Because I just don't understand why it is two people that got each other's phone number, why is y'all on social media acting ratchet? During a time, we need to be uniting. And that's the funny thing too. When you talk to some of these black people about unification among black folks, you ever notice that there's like a pushback that come from black people? So-called black people? You ever notice that? I say those type of folks are suspect. I say that type of black person, them type of black people, they suspect. Anytime you see a black man or a black woman giving pushback in regards to black unity, anytime you hear or see a black man or a black woman making excuses as to why black people can't come together, I'm like, I'm not even buying that excuse. And the reason why I'm not buying that excuse, because I remember when a black man ran for president of the United States, he had this mantra: yes, we can. Yes, we can. And I'm hearing all kind of black folks, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, you can what? Be house niggas for America? Financially support America? Giving America strength to continue to be Mystery Babylon on earth? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I heard y'all saying that when that black man was running for president. So how come y'all can't say that when somebody named Moses pop up and be like, yo, y'all gotta have unity among y'all by any means necessary? There's gotta be unity among the black woman and the black men by any means necessary. Why I can't hear, yes, we can? Oh, I know why. Because I don't have no money to put in y'all pocket. That's why I can't. That's why I can't, get y'all to say, yes, we can. Yes, we can come together as one. Yes, we can form like Voltron. Yes, we can rise again on this earth as gods, like Psalm chapter 82, verse 8 says. Arise, O God, and ye shall inherit all nations. And see, that's the other thing. It's like right there in their face, man. They always talk about God like it's the invisible man. And the script, them three scriptures is right there in their face. Psalm chapter 82, verse 6, verse 7, and verse 8. I mean, we always talk about verse 6. I have said, ye are gods, ye are all children of the Most High. But everybody ignores verse 7. Verse 7 is about Kemet and Cush. But ye shall, or about the black women that were ruling Kemet and Cush before they gave rule over to their sons, because that's where Israel means. If you look at the English word Israel and look at the Hebrew definition of the English word Israel, you're going to see inside that definition it says, he shall rule as God. Meaning that the mothers conceded the kingdoms to their sons, the sons of God, the black sons. They handed the kingdom over to their sons. So, verse 7, Psalm 82, verse 7, but ye shall die like men and fall like the princes. That is a quote directed at the black mothers, at the gods, the daughters of the Most High, the children of the Most High, the daughters of the universe, the children of the universe. You shall die like men. Africans, and I got to say this to Neo, because I heard Neo X talking about homosexuality, and if you go look in the animal kingdom, you'll see male on male love taking place in the animal kingdom. We are not goddamn animals. We are children of the universe, Neo. And I'm not gonna hold that against you too much, because you, like I said, you ain't even woke yet. The ancestors inside of you, they not even woke yet. Yes, I believe that you do have some African ancestors inside of you. That you just too beguiled right now by these goddamn serpents that you obviously in love with, because you ain't wanting to separate from them. I ain't never heard you say nothing about Marcus Garvey or why you think Marcus Garvey tried to do what it is. You don't never talk about none of that, while supporting homosexuality among men. That means that, yeah, hell yeah, your ass is definitely beguiled by a serpent. You probably think that the serpent in the Bible is an actual snake telling a woman to not eat the apple. You probably believe all that white supremacist nonsense of the Bible. No, the biblical serpent is a metaphor of all straight-haired animals from this planet. All animals have straight hair, Neo X. Africans don't have straight hair, Neo X. Africans have 9 ether hair because we were created above. Animals were created here below. And that is the reason why their hair grows downward toward the place that created them. Our hair grows upward toward the place that created us. So don't you ever in your life talk that goddamn inside the cube nonsense trying to make us believe that we primates. The only thing that makes us like primates is because we've been making babies with them. We have their blood running through our veins. It's been happening since the days of that Genesis chapter 3 situation. Homosexuality is happening among Africans because we have been making babies with these goddamn animals. And that was against our ancestors' law. Genesis chapter 2, verse 17. You see it again in Joshua chapter 23. Neo X, go read it. Because you can't be out here telling black folks, especially black men, that they're just like the animal kingdom. That is a goddamn lie. And you as a black woman, ancestors will have your ass for that. I cannot believe that you be giving these homosexual men the kind of support that you give them when they out here raping little boys. You want everybody to have some empathy for your situation, but you don't have no empathy for none of these little boys out here that been raped by these homosexual dudes in this kingdom that you refuse to get away from, black woman. I got a problem with black women that always want to refer to their sons as weak or refer to the black man as weak. What exactly is the black woman doing to get their children up out of this sickness? Up out of this dirt that ain't got no nutrients in it? Neo-X, what exactly are black women doing to get their children up out of a society that has shown for over 400 years it has absolutely no love for it? Show me one black woman that has attempted to do what Marcus Garvey did. You ain't gonna see none. So when you be up there talking about black men, they don't protect black women, black men got, problems with black women, maybe it is the son of God being angry at his mother for not wanting to separate from the satanic kingdom of America and make her sons go rebuild the kingdom of heaven in Africa. Maybe, Neo-X, it is a subliminal thing in these black men. Why don't our mothers want to leave this place? Why are mothers comfortable, seeing us and our sisters and our baby sisters go through what it is that we're going through in this white supremacist construct? What is it with our mothers? Why is it that they want us to conform to this white supremacist construct? What is it with our mothers? What is it with women like Cynthia G that want black men to assimilate into this white supremacist construct? Neo, go read Revelation chapter 17. You really do need to go read that, because to be quite honest, I got angry African ancestors inside of me. I got 7 of them. But 3 of them think that you one of them. Revelation chapter 17. What does the color purple represent? Oh, my bad, you not woke. You don't even know where the color purple was created at, or where it was invented at, or where it first came, into the public eye at. So I'll tell you, Genesis chapter 13 territory, where the Phoenicians were. That's really what Phoenician means. It means purple. But who is this woman dressed up in purple riding on the back of a fucking beast? What is a beast? What is a biblical beast, Neo? Is a beast something that got straight hair like an animal? Do we not refer to as animals as beasts of burden? Who is this woman all dressed up in purple riding on the back of a beast? Mystery Babylon. That woman wearing purple, all decked out in purple, is the descendant of the ancient African women, the Elohim women, the ancient African gods that used to wear purple in that East African territory. But this particular woman, or these particular women wearing purple, riding on the back of a beast, are the black women that are in love with foreign rule and don't want to separate from it, and don't mind raising their babies under the rule of foreigners. Don't care about police shooting their sons in the back. Don't care about police shooting their child sitting in the back seat of a car because the music was playing too loud. Black women don't care about their daughters getting choked out in a police station over a goddamn tail light or over a tail light traffic stop. These black women don't care about their sons getting choked out in the street. These black women don't care about their daughters being up in their crib in Dallas, Texas, and police shooting their daughter dead. Yo, all they mothers want is the money. Where the money at? You killed my child. Where my money at? These black women don't care about their babies here in America. That's the ones that's riding on the back of that beast. Neo-X, Revelation chapter 17. The harlot, all dressed up in purple. And you cannot tell me that black women ain't been portraying themselves as harlots in this mystery Babylon system. You can't turn your head nowhere without seeing a black woman bent over, spreading her ass cheeks. Manipulating men. For what? Manipulating men for that money. And what is money? Money is green pieces of paper with the beast face on it. Green pieces of paper with the slave master face on it. And that's the reason why you got women out here like Glorilla, women out here like Megan Thee Stallion, women out here like Cardi B, women out here like Nicki Minaj, teaching our daughters to be harlots in this mystery Babylon system. That's what needs to be discussed on these platforms. But somehow y'all able to ignore what's going on among the black community
on the right
and want to be talking about stuff that's inconsequential. But yes, Sanetta, I did say you were wrong for calling Neo-X a bull dagger on your platform. You wrong for that. I am one of those that teaches not only is the black woman God, but the black woman is a dual natured species. She is a womb man, a man with a womb. She is a female. There's no way possible that a woman can be a homosexual. She does not even have a penis to do so. You have to have a penis to be a homosexual. What makes you a homosexual? You have a penis that has the ability to plant seeds in its victim. We might not want to refer to our wives and our girlfriends, as victims, but, when we behind closed doors and we blowing that back out, in a sense, they is a victim. We're like Dracula. We beating that up and we about ready to release our venom into it and turn it into us. We're getting ready to put our DNA in that. We get ready to put our spirit in that. We get ready to put our energy in that. So in a sense, the women are our victims, when we blowing that back out. But at any rate, women don't have the ability to do that. Women cannot be homos. Ain't no way in the world they can make us a victim. You have to sleep with a woman about a good 7 times before your male member starts taking on her energy. Because our male member, it is like a sponge. It does, absorb, climaxes. But come on, man. There's so many dudes out there that don't know how to handle a woman correctly. They can't even get a climax out of a woman in order, for him to even absorb her energy that she releases.
Take the exit on the right to US 59.
And, the way these women is today, be happy, that you're not able to do that. Because a lot of these women have slept with so many dudes. They got so much energy, so many spirits of other men running through them, that if you are to catch their climax, she's going to transfer all that energy, all of them dudes to you, and then you become a legion. You become many. That's what legion is. We are many. A person that has the spirits of other energies inside of them. energies that have basically corrupted themselves into you because of all of this promiscuous nonsense that's been going on in this country. But what I'm trying to point out is you cannot disrespect women like Neo in regards to their sexuality, because they are daughters of the universe. They are portals. Wait, let me back it up. They are daughters of the universe. They are manifestations of the universe here on Earth. They are portals that the universe uses to bring or send other gods down here on the planet. Other daughters and sons.
Anderson Drive.
Other gods and other Lord gods. Now, how can the universe send more gods down here when you got a woman that got the energy of a white man running through them? They got the energy of multiple black men running through them. They got the energy of Asians running through them. They got the energy of Indian men. They got the energy of straight-haired men running through them. They're not even what the universe created them to be anymore. If the universe is if the purpose of the black woman is for the universe to send more gods down here on the planet, well then of course God is dead. Of course God is no longer on earth anymore. Just like the scriptures say. And the day that thou eatest, and every tree in the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, speaking about the family trees of the Caucasian, the family trees of the Asians, the family trees of the Indians. Those are the trees of knowledge of good and evil. All animals have the knowledge of good and evil. Because they're beasts. They're not created like the children of the universe. The universe is a whole different format from this here below here on Earth. And that is the reason why you see civilization starting in Africa, because these are manifestations of the universe that got a particular format in them that aligns with the universe that created them, and their specific purpose is to maintain a particular balance on this planet. Here's a metaphor, here's a parable, here's an analogy. The ecosystem. The ecosystem. Let me give you a more simpler analogy. You ever heard that song called The Farmer in the Dell? The farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell, hi ho Mario, the farmer in the dell. That is a simple song about the ecosystem. The husband chased the wife, the husband chased the wife, hi ho to Mario, the husband chased the wife chased the children, the wife chased the children, hi ho to Mario, the wife chased the children chased the dog chased the dog, hi ho to Mario, the children chased the dog chased the cat chased the cat, hi ho to Mario, the dog chased the cat chased the rat chased the rat, hi ho to Mario, the cat chased the rat takes the cheese, the rat takes the cheese, hi ho to Mario, the rat takes the cheese. Now, that's a simple form of the ecosystem. But here it is on a higher level. What if there's no cheese? Can a rat survive without the cheese? Damn, the rat ain't got nothing to eat. Now, how the cat gonna chase the rat if the rat can't find no cheese to feed itself? Now, how the goddamn dog gonna live if the cat can't feed off the rat that can't find no cheese? How the children gonna have any enjoyment, or yeah, I already said that about the cat. How the children gonna be able to have any enjoyment with their dogs, or have dogs to protect them from animals in the wild, if the dog ain't got no cats to chase? And so on and so forth. That is a simple explanation of the ecosystem. If you let anything on this planet get out of balance, it's gonna, in the ecosystem, if you allow anything in the ecosystem to get out of balance, that could be the end of life on this planet as we know it. It's like, yo, what is the purpose of an earthworm and a cockroach and a beetle? Well, first off, the worms, they're pretty much, tillers of the ground. That is the purpose of an earthworm, to till the ground. And why are they tilling the ground? Because when roaches and beetles and other insects with exoskeletons, when they die, they enter nitrates into the soil. Their exoskeleton, that when those insects die, they basically inject a certain type of health into the dirt. But that stuff's got to be spread around. The death of them insects got to be spread around, and that's the purpose of a worm. Now, when the soil is all nitrated and it's all healthy and everything, now things can start to grow out of it. And the very things that start to grow out of it is the things that we feed on. We feed on green life. Not only do we feed on green life, we need green life for oxygen. There is a balance on this earth that gods are supposed to maintain. Children of the universe are supposed to maintain. God, the black woman, and the sons of God, the black sons. There is a balance on this planet that we are to maintain to make sure that this planet is in sync with the universe. And if we don't do our job on this planet, then the universe sends a signal through the sun sends a signal down to these trees, the roots in the trees that are down in the earth start sending signals from their roots into the earth, and then next thing you know, Mother Nature running across the earth, whooping everybody's ass and removing people and places and things off the goddamn planet. Telling the planet, yo, you got a cancer that's gotta be gotten rid of. And the reason why that's happening, extinction level events, hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, natural disasters. The reason why these things are happening is because gods on earth are not doing their job. And the reason why they not doing their job, because of people like Neo X telling the black man that he's just like an animal. You look in the animal kingdom, you see males on males, male on male love, trying to convince the sons of God that they supposed to be doing that too. Woman, you done lost your ever-loving mind. It is okay for women to conduct themselves like that because they are supposed to maintain a certain level of purity in themselves. When women, well, let me just say this first. And Sonetta, I'm really hoping that you're hearing this. The first love of every woman is their mother. That is the number one, first true love of every female on this planet is their mother. And there is no man, I don't care how big his dick is or how good he is in bed, ain't no man with a big dick or real good in bed can reach a woman on the same emotional level that another woman can. Because we are not women. We are not a dual natured species. We are only men. There is a level of emotions inside of a woman that men absolutely do not have the ability to reach. We can't touch it. Like I said, it don't matter how big your dick is or how good you is in bed, you're not gonna be able to touch that particular area of the woman's soul that her mother touched. The very first relationship that a woman's supposed to be in when she starts entering into puberty is with another female. Because a woman also is flesh. She is a dual natured species. She's both female and male. And because she's a male also, her libido operates at the same level that the male libido works. So if you think that a woman can just shut off her sexual energy when she hits puberty and not act on it, you out your ever-loving mind. Religious people got their young daughters out here, just pray it away, baby. Meditate, baby. Go exercise, baby. Go take a cold shower, baby. No! And I know I said that I can prove this with the Bible, right? So let's talk about the men real quick. There's laws in the Bible against men laying down with other men. Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man lays down with another man as he does a woman, those two have committed an abomination, and their blood shall be upon their head. Meaning that if I kill one of them mofos, I'm not gonna, in our kingdom, no leader in our kingdom would send me to jail for killing a homosexual African. I would be seen as an angel or a deputy of the kingdom, because that's what an angel is. An angel is a deputy. Who do deputies work for? Deputies work for judges and magistrates. What is a judge and magistrate in the ancient kingdom? It's a god. So if I murdered a homosexual African dude, I'm seen as enforcing the law. Leviticus 20:13 was a law. You don't see no laws like that say if a woman lays with another woman as she does with a man, those two women have committed an abomination, and their blood shall be upon their head. You don't see that. But I'll tell you what you do see. You see Genesis chapter 16, Genesis chapter 17. You see a woman in this East African territory that got a handmaiden. Genesis chapter 29, Genesis chapter 30. You got women that the whole tribe of Israel came out of. And both of these women had handmaidens. What is a handmaiden? What is the Hebrew Phoenician definition of a handmaiden, Sonetta? I need you to understand this, because you do owe Neo an apology for calling her bull dagger on your platform. She on her platform acting like, that wasn't nothing big. And I heard her saying that she was not happy about you calling her a bull dagger on her platform. And from what I saw on her platform, that was the main reason why that was her initial reason for reporting you to YouTube. And then she's telling me, no, it wasn't. I'm on his case for more than just a bull dagger comment. And you know how many people call me bull dagger? That wasn't the real reason why I was going on him. I was going in on him because he went in on my family. I don't care about none of that. All I know is Sonetta cannot be disrespecting black women that are operating in their natural nature, in the nature that the universe gave them. Women like Neo X are protecting the system in their body. They are portals of the universe. Let me tell, and for any Christian that's listening to this, let your Jesus come back. The way that y'all understand Jesus, because my understanding is different, but let your Jesus come back and want some coochie. You know who he gonna chase in America? Your Jesus. If he was here in America, if he came back today, the women that he would be chasing would be women like Neo X, because those are the virgins. Those are the ones that are not ran through. Those are the ones that are not legion. Those are the ones that ain't got a bunch of men energy running through them. Those are the women that he can actually bond with, pair bond with. He can actually turn that woman into him. He can become one with that woman. That woman will become one with him. They become one flesh. He would be chasing after women like Neo X. Did y'all look up the definition for that English word handmaiden? You should also look up that definition even in the Webster's dictionary. Somewhere in those definitions, you're going to come to a word that says winch. Winch. W is in whiskey, E is in echo, N is in November, C is in Charlie, H is in hotel. Winch. And when you come across that definition, I want you to ask yourself the question, who did those winches in the Bible, who did those handmaidens belong to? They didn't belong to the Hebrew Israelite men. Those winches, those handmaidens belong to biblical Sarah. They belong to biblical Rachel. They belong to biblical Leah, where the tribes of Israel came from. Those women operated in their natural nature. As I said earlier, the woman's libido operates on the same level that men is operating on. But they are not to be polluting themselves with this man, that man, this man, that man, this man, this man, this man, that man. When they have their recreational sex, it's supposed to be with each other. The main purpose of them having sex with a man is to procreate. Yes, there are times when it can be recreational between her and her husband, but a woman is really only supposed to have one male partner in her lifetime. All that fun sex, all that different levels of orgasms and climaxes, she's supposed to get that from all her girlfriends. A woman can have as many girlfriends as she wants, just as long as, they not from the outside nations, especially if she's married. If the black woman is married to a black man, she cannot be having girlfriends from an outside nation, because that sets her husband up for the same situation King Solomon ran into. Set her husband up for failure. That man starts sleeping around with her East Indian girlfriends, sleeping around with her Asian girlfriends, sleeping around with her European girlfriends, just like it's saying in 1 Kings chapter 11. King Solomon and the daughter of Pharaoh, along with the daughter of Pharaoh, had loved many different women, of whom the judges and the magistrates said they should not be married. So a black woman, a god, can have as many girlfriends as she wants, but if she's married to a black man, she can't be having no girlfriends, that she being intimate with. She can't have none from the outside nations. Because like I said, it'll end up being another situation like biblical King Solomon. And then we end up in the situation that we're in today. We done fell and died, and now we in bondage to these foreigners, trapped in this animal kingdom instead of being in our own kingdom, because our black women not woke. They think that God is the invisible man. They don't know that biblical God was a council of black women and their sons in that East African territory that created laws, statutes, and commandments. So, once again, yes, Sonetta, I feel like you owe Neo-X an apology for calling her bull dagger on that platform. Because ancestors need African women to understand who they are. We don't call Africa Father Africa. We call Africa Mother Africa. I'll let y'all guess why that is. We need black women on the continent of Africa to understand their importance on this planet, their purpose on this planet, their position on this planet. And how the hell they gonna come to that conclusion when they see you going in on black women like that? Making black women feel like it's wrong to have intimate feelings for another black woman. You need to go do your research. Go get yourself a Hebrew dictionary, Sonetta, and study that word handmaiden. And ask yourself, why is it that these women that are responsible for these people in the Bible that you like to act like you want to act like you really, down, with the Hebrew Israelite understanding. Whatever. I don't care for the Hebrew Israelite understanding. It's just another diversion away from the way an African is supposed to understand that. But still, ask yourself the question, why is it that these women that are responsible for the tribes of Israel, why is it that they had handmaidens?
On the right, toward US 59 North.
Why is it that they had handmaidens, and the sons that they had with their husbands, why is it that their sons became who they became? They became leaders on this planet. They became a standard for this planet to follow. How can you become a standard for this planet to follow if you're not some type of God? How can you become somebody or a nation or a tribe that's a standard on this planet, you know, if you're not connected to the universe some kind of way? Those women were connected to the universe. The only man this woman laid with was her husband. What was she doing while her husband was away? She was with her handmaidens, having her physical needs taken care of by her handmaidens, and vice versa. And then also, let me just say this real quick. This whole, you know, having more than one wife. The only reason these biblical men had more than one wife is because their women were bisexual. If their woman was not bisexual, they didn't have more than one wife. They only had more than one wife because their bisexual wife was sharing the handmaiden with the husband. And it wasn't against the handmaiden's consent. The handmaidens was consenting with it too when you consider, you know, the family dynamic back then. You're in a territory where there's a lot of goat herding and sheep herding and oxen herding and herding of animals. You need a big family, you know, to be herding these livestock that are being used for plowing fields and building and things of that nature. You need a big family for that. So these men had more than one wife, not because the man, you know, want to go out there and just be getting this one, that one, the other thing. Because like I said, if you laying with a woman and you catching her climax, you are eventually absorbing her energy. And you don't want to be absorbing the energy of all of these different types of women. Indian women, Asian women, Caucasian women. You done caught the climaxes of all of these earth animals. Now that done took you out of the position as the son of God on earth. Now you acting like the sons of God in Genesis chapter 6. Where do you think they got that thirst from? Where did the sons of God get the thirst for the daughters of men? It was in them. How did it get in them? Because of what their mothers did in Genesis chapter 3.
Then take the first left.
Their mothers were opening up their wombs to these to these men, these straight-haired men from outside nations. And then generations later, these sons of God that got the bloodline of man running through their veins, now they got a thirst for their daughters. Now everything is falling out of balance, and what the universe do? The universe attacks the planet and gets rid of a large percentage of those degenerative bloodlines. Look, overall, what I'm trying to say to you, Sonetta, and you, Neo X, you are a representative of God's on earth, the black woman. Sonetta, you are a representative of the sons of God on earth, sons of the black woman. Both of y'all is asleep. God damn it.
Exit on the right toward US 59 North. Then
y'all need to understand that the House of Consciousness platform is larger than the both of you. When I show up on Neo X's channel, anytime she trying to go in on somebody from off of that channel, she tried to go in on Sekou one time. And I had to remind her, like, yo, you know, be careful how you go in on the brother. You know, I understand, you know, this is your platform, and I understand, you know, brothers do be stepping out of pocket at times, but, you know, keep in mind, you know, that this particular platform, Ancestors using this platform to awaken our family members on the continent of Africa. So, you know, just, you know, be delicate, you know, when you put your foot in this dude's ass for whatever it is that he did.
Turn left on US 59.
And she gets in her feelings over that. I wonder why. Acting like I'm disrespecting her. Want to say I'm mentally ill. Talk about my elevator don't go all the way. And Sonetta, take note of that. This woman actually disrespected me on her platform. She's done it a couple of times. But I don't respond to none of that because there is a bigger issue at hand. There's something more important than my feelings. Just like there's something more important than her feelings and your feelings, Sonetta. The resurrection of God on earth is more important than our feelings. Ancestors are using that platform to resurrect gods on earth. So that is the point that I'm ultimately trying to make with the two of y'all. And I've been on that platform.
US 59.
African family members on the continent of Africa have seen me on that platform. And when they see the two of y'all carrying on the way that y'all carrying on, there's other situations too. When they see all that ratchet nonsense going on your platform, that makes people on the continent of Africa revert back to that nonsense that the Neanderthal race has been teaching them about these books. You got the Neanderthal races teaching them Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. And when they see y'all on this platform that has been awakening them and causing them to ask questions, when they see y'all acting the way that y'all acting, that make them revert back to the nonsense that the Neanderthals done taught them about Islam, Judaism, and Christianity. And I'm starting to think that y'all doing it on purpose. All this doggone fighting going on the platform. This one talking about that one. This one got beef with this one. All this soap opera nonsense. It make people be like, well, you know, that dude Moses don't know what he talking about. Talking about God as the black woman and her sons. Look at how they act. If y'all really understood what the book was saying, it seems as though the two of you would conduct yourself a little bit better. And that also goes for that other one that be calling herself God, but then turn around and say she's an American and be trying to make an excuse for us to stay here in America, talking that our ancestors built this. We should leave. We should abandon what our ancestors built. Woman, our ancestors, our African ancestors built this under duress. Our African ancestors built African empires first, and then ended up over here building this under duress. And you up here telling black people, why should we leave this that our ancestors left? This is a nightmare to our ancestors. This is a mistake that our ancestors are witnessing every day. This is a territory our ancestors never wanted to end up in or be trapped in. Our ancestors always wanted to be who they were, gods on earth. This place is a reminder to them that they failed. So why are you telling our people, the descendants of the East African gods, not to leave America? That we should fight to stay in this, that our ancestors built under duress. And stop it with that we built this. You ain't built nothing. This black generation has not built anything. All you do is work, pay taxes, and your taxes go to the strengthening of Mystery Babylon on this planet. Your work gives this nation the strength to flex their muscles in front of other nations on this planet. You ain't built nothing. All you doing is helping a problem continue to exist on this planet, woman. You can't be calling yourself God and then turn around and call yourself American in the next breath. You better recognize what team you on. Like who you really down with? Who you really working for? Who you really representing? Y'all need to fix that nonsense, man. Y'all need to really dent that. Y'all need to recognize who it is that you are and what your purpose is on this planet. As descendants of East African gods, the judges and the magistrates. Because I said it before on that platform, I'll say it again. America is a pseudo version of what our ancestors once had. You are comfortable here because there's something inside of you that is familiar with what America is doing. There's something inside of you that is familiar with how America conducts herself. But this is a pseudo version of what you are supposed to have. This is a pseudo version of what your ancestors want you to build. Now I'm closing out with this. I don't want nobody confusing the woke community with the House of Consciousness. Y'all gotta stop doing that. Also, those of you that be claiming wokeism, y'all need to stop claiming woke, because you don't know what woke is. All of this that I've said on this particular video, that's what woke is. Ancient African ancestors inside of their descendants telling their descendants to rebuild what fell. Rebuild on this earth what fell 3,000 years ago. The kingdom of heaven on earth. That's where gods are supposed to be. You can't be calling yourself a god or a queen or a king and you under the leadership of foreigners that have stolen land from indigenous people. You are the furthest thing from a god. You are the furthest thing from a queen. You are the furthest thing from a king. You ain't none of that. You are still a slave. You are dead in a tomb. You like those people on the Matrix, laying inside them coffins with all that stuff plugged into you. You still plugged into the Matrix. You don't become a god or a queen or a king until you have your own country, your own set of laws, your own statutes, your own commandments, your own branches of government. And if you should decide to practice capitalism, you have your own currency. Until that day, stop calling yourself gods, stop calling yourself queens, stop calling yourself kings. You're none of that. You're just a dead person plugged into the Matrix. Perpetrating like you awake and you not, you sleepwalking. Peace, blessings, love, and light. Yah the Most High, shine down on and in the lives of all the Creator's righteous children, resurrecting as gods on earth. And if you don't resurrect, trust and believe, there's gonna be another extinction level event. Because I know ancestors above, they are at that point again. There has been other extinction level events on this planet, and ancestors is like, we tired of going down there. We're tired of going down there trying to reset the planet. We're tired of trying to do it for ourselves. Why don't we just use our energy up here and use our energy up here to reset the planet, instead of showing mercy to these folks and trying to get them to understand the original plan? They're stiff-necked people. They hard-headed. They thick-headed. They reprobate mind. They don't have ears to hear anymore. They don't have eyes to see anymore. They're a lost cause. That's where ancestors is at right about now. I honestly think that I'm probably like the last voice. I'm the last of their voices on this planet. Once this flesh goes into the ground, man, based on how I feel, when I get back to the other side, I'm gonna be like, yeah, take it out. Take it out. Take it out. They all need to go. They all need to go. Bunch of stiff-neck asses.